something out and got a whopping 10 more minutes. Which, that will at least get me to the office that I'm going to, and I can deal with it from there. So this is downtown Pasco. It's kind of the old part of town. Right up here at this intersection coming up at the light, there was a big story for our area. A police shootout led to protests for many months. Yeah, happened right here in this intersection, right in the middle. Was Vinny's? Is Vinny's closed? That would suck. There was plastic on the windows. Hopefully they're just remodeling, because Vinny's has been a staple here for eons. And he was featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri. He came and had their Reuben, which is the most popular sandwich in the Tri-Cities. Just saying. Anybody that's ever looking for a good Reuben, they're told to go to Vinny's. Hopefully they're not, they didn't lose out and have to close. So as you can see, there's a lot of shops down here. It's a lot of like quinceañera, those kind of clothing places. A lot of people come down here, during homecoming and prom time to shop, because you can usually get, fairly nice dresses for not super expensive. There's this bridal shop here that a lot of people shop at. But yeah, it's kind of what they do here. This whole area downtown here is all I'd say a good majority of it is clothing stores, and they're like clothing stores that are purchased in like bulk. So most of the clothing stores down here in Pasco also have booths at the flea market every year. So, all right, I'm here. I'm gonna take my phone in with me so that I can delete some and make some room, and I will be back. You guys just missed a kerfuffle going on. Leaves and stuff falling from this big oak tree while I was waiting for my camera to boot up. A whole bunch of stuff fell off the tree and landed on top of my truck. I'm gonna be glad I don't have to come down here too terribly often, because or I'm gonna have to park in a different spot, because trying to get out of that spot when I can't look to the right was quite challenging. Sammy's is still there. That's cool. I'm having some flashbacks. going this way because I want to go back by Vinny's. See, dress is off to the right, dress is off to the left, dress is off to the right, more dresses to the left, more dresses to the left, more dresses to the right, dresses across the street. You know, if you're wanting a big fluffy fancy princessy dress around here, downtown Pasco, and there's a store in Prosser that does really inexpensive dresses. Dresses to the right, more dresses to the right, dresses to the left. Big old fancy frou-frou dresses. Richland. Pharmacy and grocery store. Whoa, that was bizarre. Wow, yep, Vinny's is gone. Whoa, I wonder when that happened. To Google. You know, it's crazy because when Guy Fieri was here, he went to like 6 or 7 restaurants while he was here, and I think he featured 4 on his show, and at least 2 of those now are no longer in business. Possibly even a 3rd. Like, it's crazy. He went to one restaurant here, and they were supposed to be featured on the show, but somebody broke NDA and let the cat out of the bag early that they were going to be on the show, and so their clips were pulled. He went to Porter's, which is still in business, and in fact they've expanded into a 2nd location since he was here. Really good barbecue. They changed something in their recipe though, or maybe my body changed, I don't know, but I can't eat their food anymore, which makes me mad because it was really, really good barbecue. Vinny's Deli, Frost Me Sweet Bakery. He went to a calzone place, which is one of the ones I think is closed. He went to a hot dog joint, which is no longer open. I was like, yeah. Oh, I have a webinar scheduled for today. I wonder if that was an old alarm. It might be an old alarm because I remember last week I tried to attend a webinar, but no, that one didn't start until 6:30 my time. I wasn't able to attend it because I couldn't get a good connection. So I have it still in my email, the link to be able to go back and watch it, but I haven't gone back and watched it yet. It's about inflammation and stress and how that affects your digestive system. As I was driving, I'm like, am I going the right way to get back on the highway? I was second guessing myself, and I'm actually not even on the. I should have got on the other highway on the other side of Pasco, but. Take me to Ridgeland via Kennewick, whereas going the other way would have taken me straight to Ridgeland. My 4-H folder just fell off and landed in the floorboard. And what a mess that is. I mean, good Lord. If it's your job to coordinate enrollment of 4-H clubs, you should probably be a good communicator and be pretty Johnny on the spot about returning emails and sending out documents like you're, to get those clubs enrolled. Gave up on her sending them to me. I was like, I've asked for them like 5, 6 times, and she keeps swearing she sent them, but then when she tries to like pull the email up in her sent mail, she can't find them. And I'm like, well, if you sent them, they'd be in there, so clearly you didn't send them. I'm like, we need them for our meeting next week, so I'm just going to come in and pick them up, which sucks because some of it has to be altered for the current stuff, which would have been so much easier to do being sent back to me in a Word document, because now I have to retype it all, so that's gonna suck, but it is what it is. At least I have the printed copy out, and I take it when I meet up with Christina tomorrow. Take it with me, and we can kind of like go over the bylaws and see what we're going to keep in there, what we're going to take out. I remember Teresa was joking with us that in comparison to other clubs, our bylaws are a book. And it's like, oh, they're 3 pages, double spaced, but I guess the bylaws literally just have to be this is our club name, this is how we're electing officers, and this is how we're raising money. Meetings are going to be monthly. Well, done. I followed a template when I did them way back in 2010. Updated bylaws in 2010, and then 2012 was the last of our kids. We had some high school senior girls that did a rabbit project that year. Just for the sole purpose of being able to participate in auction and have a little bit of money to put into their college fund. But, they were there just for that 1 year, and then they aged out. And we knew that, obviously. We knew their age when they enrolled. We knew what the purpose was. We knew their motives for joining. But they were our club at that point. it was just those two. We would have closed it a year earlier, you know, had it not been for those two coming and, you know, approaching us about it. But hopefully the administration at the 4-H office now hopefully is set up in a way that is not biased, and some smaller clubs are actually referred for new members. Because what would happen before is whenever anybody called the 4-H office looking for a club, they would send the information to one particular person with the expectation that, you know, she would diffuse that information and share it and, you know, like set the kids up with the club that best fit their needs. But that never really happened. They never got beyond her because she was also a club leader. So it wasn't an impartial conversation. It was, oh, here's my club information. Here's our first meeting. Hope to see you there. And then that would be the end of the conversation. And they would never get information about any other clubs until after they got into 4-H and they got to fair, and then be like, oh, well, you know, I would have joined yours if I'd have known about it, or I would have joined that one if I'd have known about it, but now that I've been in this one for a year, I don't want to change. Which I totally get. I know for, you know, kids were younger, you know, and I've talked about this briefly. When my kids were younger, at the beginning of all of this journey for my kids, we were not in a club per se. We were tag-alongs on in a family club. She bought my kids tickets, and she bought me a ticket so that we could come, well, quote unquote, help with her kids. And it turned out more like so that we could do everything for her kids and she could disappear and go do whatever she wanted. It's kind of how that ended up happening darn near every year in those first couple years. In fact, that's how I met my best friend, was the same kind of situation. And their friendship imploded at fair, just like ours did. Same year, in fact, if I remember correctly. I think it was the same year. I think my friendship with third party blew up at the same year. That hers did with the same third party, but if it wasn't for that third party, her and I may have never met. My bestie and I. How the world connects and circles back on itself, and yeah. That third party, one of her youngest children now has a 5-year-old daughter who wants to join our club and do 4-H with us. You know, so it's like, wow, full circle. Full freaking circle. waiting on my prescriptions. I have a sneaky suspicion that I'm going to be picking them up tomorrow. And I'm probably going to have to go out of my way because it's 3 o'clock and my doctor has 2 hours to respond to the pharmacy on the rest of my prescriptions. But one of them is due to be restocked tomorrow, reshelved. So if I don't pick it up, or Sunday, if I don't pick it up tomorrow, I have to reorder it. And then I have to go through all this mess all over again. With the one that actually auto refills. The only one that doesn't require doctor approval every damn month. What a frustrating day. See how I was stopped. I went trolling through the settings and trying to remember where all of my deleted, when I delete videos out of my gallery, where they go until they're permanently deleted. I finally figured out where they were, remembered where they were. 59.8 gigabytes of deleted video that were just kind of hanging out, waiting their 30 days to auto delete, which is why I had a 10-minute max recording time on my videos, because all of my memory was being taken up by videos that I deleted but weren't actually deleted off my phone. I hate that. It's it's already set up to ask me, are you sure? When I tell it to delete it. If it asks me if I'm sure and I say yes, I shouldn't have to go into a complete other location to then permanently delete it, in my opinion. It's it's annoying. I don't know if Yolks Market is if it's a local thing, if it's a Washington thing. I don't really know, but I don't even know what to compare it to in other states, because I've hardly been to any other states. It's almost a specialty store. And that there's an entire aisle that's gluten-free. There's an entire aisle, a whole section that's vegan. They have a whole section that's all organic foods. Most of their produce is organic. And in Washington, you can buy liquor inside grocery stores. And there's a postal place in there, a miniature post office, a little counter where you can mail stuff from. They're the fancier end of stuff. They have a whole, this is where I go to buy cheese. And it hasn't been unheard of for us to come here just to buy cheese, and that's the only thing we were purchasing was cheese. have a whole section of like specialty cheeses, ones that like Walmart doesn't carry, or your regular grocery store, Safeway, Albertsons, that they don't carry, and you have to go to Yolks to get it. My favorite cheese used to be sold here, and I don't know if the company stopped making it or if these guys stopped carrying it. I don't know. Might not be able to be imported anymore because it used to come from the UK, I believe, if I remember correctly. But so fingers crossed, here's hoping by the time I'm done grocery shopping, my prescriptions are ready and I can go pick those up and head home. If not, you guys will just be joining me for the drive home. Hit the like button, and thanks again for tuning in. Bye. Cheese. Cheese, 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 cheese. Alright, so 5 hours driving around town. I messaged my doctor's office at 9 a.m. this morning, so it's been 7 hours. Since I requested they approve my medication refill, and still nothing. Pharmacy is still waiting to hear back from the doctor's office. It is 4 o'clock, and my husband gets off work in an hour. I have lost all feeling in my right foot, and that has everything to do with all the driving I've done today. Normally I have very little feeling, like I can tell there's pressure on my foot, but I can't really feel like I can't feel temperatures. I can't feel like when I get poked with something, like if I step on a sticker or something, I can't feel that. But I can usually at least feel like I can feel the pressure of something. Like if I push on my toe, I can feel the pressure of the push, but if I push on it with my fingernail, I can feel the pressure of the push, but I can't feel the nail itself. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, it'll make sense to people that have neuropathy, but I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else. I'm not trying to make anybody sound stupid or ignorant or whatever. Just it's a hard thing to describe, and it's definitely, I think it's, until I experienced it myself, I didn't understand it, but that's just me. But because of all the driving and the constant moving up and down of my leg and aggravating my hip and aggravating the sciatic nerve and aggravating the pinched nerves, I now can't even feel the pressure at all on my right foot. So I'm having to make like very conscious movements from the gas pedal to the brake pedal and so on and so forth. And when I put my foot on the gas, I have to pay close attention to that because I can't gauge how hard I'm pressing down on the pedal. So this point, it makes for interesting driving when I've reached this level of pinched off nerveness. Now when the inflammation has reached a point where everything is gone, not just, bits and pieces or parts of the leg, or, the brake as hard as I thought I was. This is precisely why not being able to safely drive was a component of me being approved for disability. Because not only can I not look to the right fully to be able to even to look in my rearview mirror to see what's beside me and slightly beside me, I have to turn my whole body because I can't turn at the waist, so I have to turn my whole body to the passenger side of my vehicle, and then also turn my head as far to the right as I possibly can and look to the right with my eyes as far as I possibly can. And even then, sometimes I can't even get a good look at what's there. So that was the biggest piece as to why driving was an approving factor. But the fact that any length of time spent on my feet or driving, which is why I can't even do like Uber or anything like that, any length of time spent in this position or on my feet makes everything from my waist down go completely numb. Because I have pinched nerves on both sides of my spine. So when my feet feel like this, walking is not safe, because then I become a fall risk. Hence, not working. My back is killing me. I'm going to be icing the hell out of myself. I get home, pull the ice pack out, sit with the ice pack until I have to get up and throw the pizza in the oven. I'm kind of glad we're doing a hands-off dinner tonight. If we were still doing the spaghetti, obviously I'd have to cook the sauce, I'd have to fry the hamburger up, I'd have to cook the noodles and reheat the garlic bread. That's a lot of time standing on my feet, even longer than what I already have today. So at least with the pizza, the ready-made pizza, I have to get up, turn the oven on to preheat it in like 45 minutes. Sorry. Woo. I just got an electric shock. Ooh, woo. That went from my pinky toe all the way up to my knee. Oh, yay, that hurt. But get up in about 45 minutes to turn the oven on, get it preheated, get up in about an hour, put the pizza in the oven, and then by the time the pizza's done, Hubs will be home. He can pull it out of the oven, cut it, and serve it. I still have to get the groceries inside because I can't leave milk and cheese and stuff in the truck for an hour and a half waiting for him to get home. So I have to carry all that stuff in the house. I'm really looking forward to it. Baby aspirin. What? There was none at the store. Not even like an empty shelf where some used to be. They don't carry it. I'm like, do people not sell baby aspirin anymore? It's like, it's all Tylenol, ibuprofen, Aleve, and I'm like, I need aspirin. I need aspirin. I'm giving it to my dogs. I need aspirin. It's crazy. we've got some somewhere at the house. My husband's usually the one that always gave it to the dogs, and he's like, oh, where's that? Just gonna buy some more because I'm tired of looking for it and I can't figure out where the heck he put it. It used to just be sitting on the bathroom counter. It's not there anymore. So there's nothing yelling at me this time telling me to slow down, slow down. It's only 35 through here. Oh yeah. Ever get used to the fact that the speed limit's only 35. I mean, it was 50 through here the first 4 years we lived out here. They dropped it to 35 down there at the bottom of the hill when they put those houses in right there. And it went to 50 right at the top of the hill, and they moved it out here because I'm like, just keeps moving further and further and further down the road, and now with all this construction going on further down this way, it's just a matter of time, and this is going to be 35 the whole way. Which is going to suck. I'll start taking the highway home. I like to stay off the highway. I prefer to stay off the highway. But they dropped this to 35 the whole way. I'll start taking the highway. Got a hell of a headache brewing. Probably from all the driving because my neck is really tense. Like I can't even, normally I can at least turn it a little bit to the right. I can't turn it to the right at all right now because it's so aggravated and inflamed. Aww. Somebody's compensating. I'm sure that's why my head's starting to hurt. Which one I bet makes a left and goes up Riata. Oh, I'm surprised. I was expecting him to make a left here because he's probably going out that way so he can do that because there's not a whole lot out there that way but open road. Probably going out that way so we can open it up and hope he doesn't encounter any law enforcement. left in the gas tank. Forgot I needed gas. So, I guess tomorrow I'm heading into town to go meet my bestie. I will be stopping and putting gas. Brought home some mules the other day. I'm going to go out and meet them. There's Lizzie running, Arrow running. Lily's like, ow, 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 ow. I sympathize with her right now. That's where I'm at. Every step is an ow, 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 ow. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed my ramblings for today, and we will talk to you later. Bye.